Will you hop on a train with me real quick for some journalistic standards? This is the last question from me before the boys all have theirs, because this one I think talks about 3 plays that I saw happen on Thursday night that kind of contribute to this entire situation. Ben Standig, who works for The Athletic, I believe he covers the Commanders and the entire NFL as a whole. The Athletic owned by the New York Times. Okay, journalistic standards. He did an article that basically said, the quote about the Jets from agents that he talked to says, there's complete disarray over there. Look at how they've handled Aaron Rodgers. Has one player had more power than him? He skipped minicamp. They've been unable to convert him into a team player. The vibe inside the building is terrible. Okay, so let's go to the 3 plays that I saw on Thursday night that made me go, oh, that's interesting reporting. The vibe's terrible. How about this one? Can. Everybody on the field does the cans, the hand signal. I know you guys see that in film. I know that's something you stress. The ability for everybody to buy in and be this alert to everything happening in the first quarter is obviously beautiful. Then how about whenever there's a little bit of an extra hit, offensive lineman comes flying in and goes, wait a second, you want to touch my guy? How about we fight? Okay, you want to dump him on his head? Okay, without even thinking about it, here comes Simpson. What? I will fight you. This is not even a question. A good indicator of a team, by the way, of a team that is together, that likes each other. Before Breece Hall even has a chance to get up and fight this guy, Simpson, offensive lineman, big dude, sprints 20 yards and says, we ain't doing that. Then, talking about fighting, Keon White? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Keon White hits you a little bit late, some of your teammates think, on the sideline. Thinks he hits you a little bit late. What happens? Lazard comes over. He's about to fight him. Lazard's about, hey, what do you think this is, pal? You think this is a game? You say, hey, it's all good. It's all good. You say, it's all good. So there's just 3 plays that I saw from the game the other night that indicated that your team is very together and maybe the complete opposite of a horrendous culture. What is the behind the scenes like for the Jets? And whenever you push your head coach and tell him to go fuck himself, how does everybody handle it all, Aaron? How does everybody handle it?
I would say the culture is about the opposite of what that article said.
No.
I didn't read the article, but just reading that headline there, it sounds like it was written by Hassan Reddick's agent in a way to, but former agent, I guess, possibly, in a way to try and disparage our great organization. When you perform like you do Thursday, and we're 2-1, and obviously, you never know what can happen as the season goes on. But I think you realize how ridiculous some of these off-season storylines can be. Is anybody talking about mini camp anymore? Like, does anybody feel like that's an important contributor in the season? The answer is no, shouldn't, because it's not. As far as us being together, like John Simpson has added an element, and I saw a clip that Herbie said on the Thursday night, shout out Herbie, broadcast, where he talked about how that just didn't go on around here last year. And I think that's true. The attitude that he's brought, that Morgan Moses has brought, that Tyron Smith has brought to our offensive line, the growth I've seen from Elijah Berry Tucker and Joe Tippmann has really meant a lot to our line. I mean, they have become the bodyguards, the police of the team, which is really, really important. The best teams I've been on, the line polices the squad, and they have each other's back, and they pick people up off the field, and they're the first ones in to back up a brother. I mean, Morgan did that for me, and John as well in Tennessee. When Jeff Simmons gave me a hard little shoulder, the first person in there was Mo. The second person in there was John. Those guys are both in Baltimore last year. So obviously they bought into something in our culture that they can hold on to. And I think it's the fact that we really do care about each other, and we enjoy spending time with each other. We create an environment where there's a lot of conversation, there's a lot of back and forth, there's a lot of time for important conversations that show up on the field, and then there's time for us to get to know each other, and there's time spent outside the building that allows us to come together. So I'm really thankful for the environment that Coach Salah has brought to it. I think it's comedy also, that little clip there. It's definitely cut without the beginning of that or the end of that part. Of course, they wouldn't do that on purpose, but...
Journalistic standards, they would never do that, obviously.
Just accept the hug.
Yeah, just give the guy a hug, bro.
Come on, just let him have it. Away from me.
Hey, he's not a big hugger, but I know now this is a good learning experience for both of us. But yeah, I love Robert. We were laughing about after the game.
He wasn't.
That side eye, and all his side eye.
He's not.
Yeah,
He's got like 9 kids. They got to ask him why you won't hug their dad.
That's true. That's a good question.
I mean,
but we got a good thing going. There's a lot of belief right now, and it's fun. It's fun when you can come to work. It's a fun environment, and there's jokes and pranks, and then we know when to be serious and turn it on, and guys all believe in each other. We get on the same page. That's when it starts to come together, and that's when it starts to get fun.
hey, you said
Winning is fun. Like this. You guys, a lot of you guys played. DB, this. Winning is fun. So the teams that are having fun right now are the teams that are winning, and you can get anybody on here who's having, his team start off hot. It's going to be fun. And if you're 0-3, you're sitting there without a win. That's not fun. But the season isn't over. That's why I just hesitate to write some of these teams off. There's injuries that happen on both sides. There's guys who get back after 4 weeks. There's the first 4 weeks of film, and then a chance to kind of reevaluate what you're doing. So I find it comical that there's these calls for play caller switches or quarterback demotions or different things that happen because it's really early. Now that being said, the Red Rocket, he sure was on one the other day.
Yeah.
And I got to see Andy in camp. We actually went against Carolina in one of those joint practices, and he's such a good guy. Age, you played with him in Cincinnati, but he's such a great guy. Been in some really interesting situations over the years since he left Cincinnati, but one of those guys you pull for because he's one of the good guys in the NFL. So really happy for Andy and his performance.
Yeah, he looks cool too.
Oh yeah,
that haircut change was
He's got great hair. I mean, he's great hair.
good beard.
It was a big move for him too. That was like Gordon Hayward almost.
Yeah, bet.
Yeah, whenever he had the hair change, it was like, wow, this is a new dude.
Him and Flacco, similar times they did it.
Yeah, Flacco did the same thing.
There's no gingers in the set, right? BC's not a ginger, is he?
Nah, I got some red in the beard, but no, I wouldn't consider myself.
No.
What do you do if you are a ginger and you want to keep the gin? Is there a just for men for
red?
Oh,
for red?
Gotta be.
It has to be. They would be so,
There has to be,
so
right?
quick.
I don't know.
Do you
The
think?
Ginger Coalition's pretty. I mean,
Yeah,
You think-
they're a sturdy bunch.
Do you think he's using it?
no. Whoa.
No, he's not.
No.
Whoa.
I don't know. I
You're
mean,
calling
I'm
this a
not sure.
fake red beard?
No
Whoa.
chance.
No, I'm not
This is a
saying
red
that.
rocket. You think the Red Rocket needs help getting more red? I don't think so.
Just for men,
I
it's
just-
a light red brown.
Holy
Okay.
shit.
I just know that John Kuhn over the years, was worried about the gray in his beard, and he may have found a solution. And if he did, he might pass that on to Andy. It's possible.
There's a chance. By the way, the gray in the beard, I think, looks good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think it looks good. And the dark hair guys who try to cover it up, we know.
Looking at you, Bob Costas.
It's purple.
Yeah.
We can see that your beard is not that color.
Don't be a fool.
We know.
Bob Costas has a beard?
No, he doesn't, but his hair is like jet black and he's like 78 years old.
Oh, we don't know his.
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
We do not
Let
know.
it go,
Come
Bob.
on.
You don't need to be doing it as liberally as you are.
I would like it to be clear. All right. I would like it to be clear that I was talking about beards. I was not talking about Bob Costas' hair.
I just felt the need to get
take
that
out.
out.
You got a little something, a little bone to pick with Bob Costas there?
I'm sure we
Sounds
do.
like-
I'm sure
sure
we
we
can
do.
figure it
I
out.
don't love
somewhere.
the way he calls baseball games, but that's neither here.
I mean, remember at halftime every year or whatever that was, whatever year he did it, he would just get on his soapbox every halftime.
Oh, and yell at
go-
us. Yeah, I do remember that. I'm trying to watch football right now, Bob.